Ego. I managed to get my hands on. These are, if you've got the Ego equipment and you're investing in the Ego product range, this is a really fast and efficient way of getting all your batteries up to fully charged. At the moment we use the rapid charger, which is 550 watts, and it takes a good while to charge up one battery solo. What you've got to keep doing with that charger is you've got to keep taking the batteries on and off. If you've got like 8 to 10 batteries of the Ego power equipment, you've got to keep taking them on and off the single charger for them to charge one battery. And then obviously when that's charged, you've got to listen out for the fan to cool down, and then you've got to take that battery off, then you've got to put another battery on, and so on and so forth. So it can get a little bit tedious. So I've been lucky enough to get my hands on this bit of kit. Firstly, let's just go with this one first. This is basically the 1600 watt rapid charger. Really powerful actually. This is 3 times the wattage of a rapid charger. It's quite a big unit, as you see. Not that heavy, but it's probably about 1.5 the size of a rapid charger. For anyone who's using the rapid, I should probably imagine that most of you guys who are running the Ego equipment is running the either the 300 watt standard charger or the 550 rapid charger. This is about 1.5 times the size of it. This is called the CHV 1600E. Obviously 1600 means the wattage that it runs out. Fairly big, fairly heavy, but at the end of the day you don't really need to move it. It sort of stays in one place. It's got screw holes there if you want to sort of attach it to a wall or a piece of plywood in your shed. This basically is their new charger. This plugs into the mains obviously, and this is what's more solely used to charge the new Z6 ride-on. A nice long cable, sort of like an electric car attachment or a barcode scanner. That comes with it as well. And what you do with this is this pulls down, and that just slots in there when you're not using it. So it's quite smart, quite handy. And this just puts out a lot of power, 3 times the amount of power this puts out than the rapid charger, being 1600 watt, which is insane. It's very smart. It's got all the cooling fan system on the sides. Again, not too heavy. I'd probably say it's about 2.5 kilos, if that. And what this will effectively enable you to do is to charge your 0 turn straight from the mains, or work in combination with this. This is basically the main piece of equipment that I'm really excited about. I haven't seen this in Europe yet, which is really cool. CHU 6000. This is I'm really excited about this. Out of the box. This is a really nice, well, effectively battery box. It's got nice little handles and some wheels so that you can easily move it along. It's probably about 80 centimeters in length and about 40-50 centimeters in width. So it won't take up too much space, but at the end of the day, this is more for it's more sort of easy for you to charge all your batteries at once rather than charging them all individually. And that's probably one of the biggest downsides of having battery equipment for us, is that we've got to keep putting one battery on the charger, taking it off, waiting for the fan to cool down, then putting the next battery on. And although it doesn't take too long to charge each battery, it just becomes a sort of highlight of the evening. Sometimes when you finish work, you don't really want to have to go out and do that all at home. So this is really, really cool. You've got these really nice hinges all around it, where you just pull and lift. Again, the nice green accents being Ego equipment. I handle this side as well, and believe it or not, it's got something that my car has. It's even got a hydraulic strut. Basically what you've got here is you've got space for 6 batteries. They hold any of the batteries ranging from 2.5 amp, 5 amp, the 4 amp, the 5 amp, the 7.5, the 10 amp and their new 12 amp battery. The cavity of these have enough space for each of them, which is really impressive. This is what they call a storage space, but I think that will probably be more used with the other adapter that you can get for it, which I'll explain a little bit later. Yeah, really, really nice. Strut going up there. It's made really, really well. So basically what you do with this is get the big 1600 charger. I'll leave it here for now actually, so you can see. That'll be plugged into the wall. And then you get this cable I showed you earlier. And what that does is that plugs into this little slot here, like so. Once that's plugged in, you then start firing in some batteries. So we've got a 2.5, 5, another 5, 7.5 and a 10. And what that will do is, once you turn that on, it will bring all the batteries up to the same level of charge. So say for instance the 10 amp was the lowest in power, it would bring that up to the same level as the other batteries, and then it would charge them all at once. And the figures say that it can charge 6 10 amp batteries in 3 hours, which is incredible. I think at the moment it takes the rapid charger nearly 2 hours just to charge one, which is insanely fast. So basically what you do with this is you come home from work, you'd have this sort of, well, sitting wherever you want it, wherever you've got access or wherever you want to charge your batteries. And the good thing about this is it's waterproof, so you can actually just shut this lid up, pull these clips down, and it's waterproof. So if you are sort of want to take this mobile in the van, if you've got an inverter in the van, you can just sort of have this in the van and it will be charging your batteries on the go, which is, I know a lot of people worry about running out of batteries whilst they're working. Well, if you've got the technology in your van to plug this in, you're never really going to run out of charge. You come home from work and all you've got to do is put these batteries in, and without having to go back to the charger, listen for the fan unit's noise to quieten down, and then take it off and put it back on. I mean, we've got this is just 5 batteries here, and we've got around 17 Ego batteries, and it can become a bit of a nightmare. We've got 3 rapid chargers, and basically this is the equivalent power to 3 rapid chargers, and I'm just blown away by how fast that it can charge the batteries. I mean, so in here you've got 110, a 7.5, a 2.5, so that's effectively 2 10 amp batteries, and then 2 5 amps, which is technically 3 10 amp batteries. So it would charge all them up there in an hour and a half, which is just mind-blowing, really. And that's basically all down to having this, the 1600 watt charger. What they also offer, I think it's called the ACA, which is basically one of these, but it's just an adapter, and what that will do is that will plug into your existing rapid charger, which will then charge up this same unit. It's got the same plug into it here. So what it does, if you don't want to spend the money on this, which I think is an extra 200 and something pounds, if you don't want to spend the money on this, but you really want to use the box, you can basically buy the box and the adapter, and that will plug into your the adapter will plug into your rapid charger, which you've obviously already got if you're on the Ego platform. It will sit in this little cavity here. Your charger will be sitting in here with it, and then you can effectively use this battery box with the adapter. The only trouble with that is you're still only getting 550 watts of power, so it will probably, I think it takes 8 hours to charge up 6 10 amp batteries with that. So there's quite a big difference if you're looking to sort of go further afield with the Ego platform, and you know that you're going to be here for a long time and you're staying, and you're going to invest in some more batteries, then I'd probably suggest going for this 1600 watt box. Our biggest problem is charging them when we get them from work. It's just a bit of a nightmare. It's nice being on the battery platform, but you know, if you're constantly doing this every night and having to charge these every night, it can become a bit of a ball ache. And just having this box is a bit of a game changer, really. They work the same way as the machines, where you just literally press the button, they eject, you take them out. They're just very, very well made stuff. I'll show you that a bit closer. So here obviously you've got the 2.5, you've got a 5, another 5, a 7.5 and a 10. Obviously space for one more. Storage unit they call it, but I think the adapter that I told you about, the ACA 1000, I think that will slot in there with your rapid charger, so that you can sort of have it all in one place. I really want this in my car. My car doesn't even come in one of these. A really nice, well-made box, and let me show you that again. So you just press a button, and it comes out. Really impressive. Same with all of them. Press the button, and they're out. Ready to go in the morning, or if you want to get one step ahead. Look at that. Really, really impressive. Lovely box. So other competitors have already made a box like this, but it's called sequential charging, and what it does is it charges. So for instance, you've got 6, or I think they only hold 4 batteries. Them ones, they they're called sequential charging, and they charge one battery and they move on to the next one. The trouble with that is it still runs at the same wattage as their small standalone chargers, so you don't actually get any improved charging time. Whereas this charger, it charges it finds the batteries with the lowest charge, puts that up to about halfway, then goes on to the next one, puts that up to about halfway, so on and so forth, and then all at once it charges them all together. So basically, because you've got such a high wattage add-on, the charging time is really impressive. Again, it is for 6 10 amp batteries. I'm not quite sure what the charging time is for their new 12 amp, probably about 20% longer, so probably about 3 hours and a half maybe for the 12 amp batteries. But for 6 10 amp batteries, it charges them from 0 to 100 in 3 hours, which is really impressive. I haven't seen this around. I've seen it before today, but lucky enough to get our hands on it. I haven't seen it anywhere at all, so I think this is a fairly new product that Ego have done, and one that will really help us as a business. And I'm really lucky to have this. Really fortunate. It's really well made. And again, you don't have to have this big rapid charge. You don't actually have to get this. This is obviously to help with the charging times. All the figures I've given you were to be used with this, which is again the 1600 watt charger, but you can also use this box. So say for instance you just wanted to have this multi-charging box. This multi-charging box alone is £520, and if you just wanted this to have the easiness of just charging all your batteries at once, you can still use the not the old, but the 550 watt rapid charger that you've already got. You just need to buy an adapter, which I think is about 100 quid. So if you don't want to go all in and buy this with it, you can still buy the box and the adapter, and you can still charge them all in this box. But this comes as a kit if you wanted to, and it works out at £700. So basically everything you see here, excluding the batteries, is £700. So it's a big investment, but if you've invested, if you've got 6 Ego batteries anyway, you've obviously invested quite a lot into the Ego platform, so why not just take it that step further and just make your life easier, and have a multi-charging box that you can wheel around. I mean, it's got lovely handles on the side of it. What I'm tempted to do now with this box is just use this as my battery box. At the moment I'm just using a Vantainer battery box, and that fits 5 in. That fits these exact 5 in here, but I'm having to take that out of the van, in and out, and then put it on our 1-port chargers. So what I might do now is just use this box as my battery box, wheel it in the house, and then just plug the cable straight into it. So I haven't actually got to keep taking these batteries in and out. And also in the van, the batteries do hit each other in that box, and here they're perfectly solid and sturdy inside their clips, obviously until you press the eject button. So really clever, and I'm really impressed with this. Actually, it's another really well made, well designed piece of kit from Ego, and I love it. Really impressed with it. Definitely worth the money. And what I'll probably be looking to do now in the future is to I've got a new van coming in the next couple of weeks, so I'm probably going to try and find a way to put some sort of inverter in it, so I can charge these batteries on the go, and that will just complete the whole battery setup, I think. So really looking forward to it, and I really appreciate this from Ego. So if you've got any questions, please fire them at me. I'm willing to answer any questions. I know moving over to the electric side of life, especially with garden tools, is a little bit overwhelming and daunting, but really, really worth it for us, and I'm sure it will be for you in the long run. Ego work alongside Challenge 2025, which is basically a real push to try and get petrol machinery banished, shall we say, by 2025. We went to an Ego Press event a couple of weeks ago, and it's really, really surprising and quite disappointing to know that only I think it's only 10% of councils around the UK actually use battery equipment. And because petrol equipment isn't regulated with emissions, I think it was, if you run their sort of figures where if you ran 2 brush cutter petrol machines for an hour, it uses more, it lets out more emissions than a Ford Fiesta does, for example, in the same amount of time, which is madness. So Ego and Challenge 2025 are really pushing the boundaries for trying to push everyone over into using battery equipment, and it's worked for us, so I'm sure it will work for you. So check out Ego Power Plus EU on Instagram, at Ego Power Plus EU, and at Challenge 2025 on Instagram. Check out my Instagram, is at MikeDayGM. It's probably an easy way for you to sort of send me a DM and answer any questions, but I just like to sort of get these tools across to you so that you can see as a user that, you know, another business are actually using this kind of stuff. So it's definitely investable and worth you going for it too. Before you buy any Ego equipment, batteries, chargers, accessories, trimmer line, new heads for your trimmers, machines, battery boxes, let me know. Send me a DM on my Instagram page, or just leave a comment under on YouTube. And before you buy any kit, just come to me first, and I'll see if I can hook you up with anything through Ego. So it's a real privilege to be able to bring you this video. And any questions, please let me know. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe for more upcoming videos from this account. I must say I've been pretty lazy with YouTube for the past year, but I'm bouncing back now, and I focus more on Instagram, but trying to get back into the YouTube sort of thing. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.